Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful card. So let's get started. This card is using the Bokeh technique, so I'll show you how to do this. So first of all, we need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and we need to take a mask using the Build It Hexagonal. And I've already run that through the Big Shot. Take out the centerpiece because we're just using the mask. I'm doing it on Whisper White cardstock because it is a little bit more robust than doing it on copy paper. So what we're going to do to start off with is we use our lighter colours first. So I'm starting with Pool Party, and we are going to take a sponge dauber. I use these all the time, they're brilliant. Fit on your finger just like a thimble, and ink it up. And we are going to go through the mask in the Pool Party, and what you need to do is to do the edges first. So go around the edges, hold your mask quite firmly over the top. Now you can take this down if you want to. I don't bother because it doesn't have to be completely precise. So we've got the first one here, we're going to do another one in the centre here. And again, I'm just going to sponge it over in the Pool Party. Again, going round the edges first, so that you get good coverage right the way around the edges, inking it up as you need to as you go, and then taking it into the centre to create the colour. So we've got two pieces on here. So we're now going to go on to Marina Mist. So let's open up our Marina Mist, just close this one back up, and we are going to take our mask again, and this time we're going to put it through both of the others. So when you start inking up and going through, what's going to happen is that you are going to be blending the two through. This is how you start building up the dimension and the colour tones. The idea is to get as much depth as you possibly can. The more time you spend, the more colours you build, the deeper the depth will be. So I'm not going to go through the whole card today because it will take too long, but I'm just going to show you. So that's got the second colour, and we will just do a tiny little piece on here, just down at the bottom here, so we can take that off from one side to the other. So here we go. Now we are going to go into some greens, and we're going to do Wild Wasabi. So again, on this one, I'm going to take it just across, and let me pick up my Wild Wasabi, and we're just going to sponge this one through on here. And again, I'm doing it slightly off, holding it with my finger a little bit, so we can get some more of the green coming up, and again blending it through over the other two colours. Again, if the mask slips a little bit, not too much of an issue, just the corners are always a little bit more difficult, so you have to do it a little bit more slowly than I'm doing it. I'm speeding this up obviously for the sake of taking up too much time on the video for you all. Okay, so now we are going to start doing some darker colours. The darker colours will bring more vibrancy to it, and they will also then blend it through. So I'm actually going to start with some crushed curry. Now, crushed curry is a really strong colour, but it actually works really well with this. So I'm just going to take it sort of slightly off on here and blend it through, and you can see it is darker, so take it lightly, build it up as you go, because you don't want it too dark, but then it'll just throw it through on there. And I'm actually going to take another piece up on here. So again, round from the edges, circular motions, you can go from side to side, as long as you get that coverage right around the edge, so that you're getting a sharp definition on there. So that's the crushed curry. Now we're going to go on to some of the darker blues. So we're going to start with Dapper Denim, which is a lovely sort of mid blue, and and for this one we're going to go it right the way across the two of them here. So let's just ink that up, give it a little go through again round your edges, building up that tone, because the more tonal colours you put on top of each other, the more you'll get that reflection of the water coming through, which gives a great look. So again, take that one on, and you can see that's giving sort of a darker tone through on here. And I'm just going to do one more in garden green, I think, because again it'll just show you the brightness of the colour to come through. So let's take a little bit of garden green, and again just sponging up, and you can turn and rotate the hexagons so that it comes exactly where you want it to go. And as I say, it's a matter of building it up. You will take more time than I'm doing here, but as I say, for speed I don't want to be wasting too much time for you. So there we go, now we've got the greens on there, so you can see the tones through, and I'm actually going to take a little bit of that green, maybe through just on the diagonal here, to just diffuse some of that blue a little bit. So again, inking it up, going round through. There we are, and then you can see how it sort of brings through on the colour tones on there. Just keep going. The more you do, the more you'll build up the colour. And then the last thing you do, once you've got enough colours on there that you like, you are going to use some of our Whisper White craft ink. Now this, you can see I have one which is for clean stuff, and I have one which is for messy stuff. So you can see the ink pad's a bit messy on here. But you are going to get that, it's part of this sort of technique. So ink it up, and craft ink is just a little bit sticky on here, which gives a lovely sort of blended tone, and this is where you get the bokeh look, or Bokeh look, depends how you pronounce it. And so when you take that off, you can see that sort of blends in just with a little bit of white, and I'm going to put another piece over, just probably in, let's do it like that over these ones. So again, take it from the edge, just blend it through, and again, the more you build up, the more depth of colour you will get. I'm just showing you the start, because it will take it'll take you a few minutes to build it up, so you get a really good look. So there we are, you can actually see how you're starting to get that depth of colour. So I'm going to leave it there. You would carry on right the way across, and as I say, keep building up the tones and building up the tones. And then for the Dragonfly, I've used the Dragonfly thinlits, and I've taken the detailed Dragonfly, and I've cut that out in black cardstock, and then the inside piece I've just cut in white. So I'm going to show you how I build up to get the definition on the Dragonfly. So what I'm going to use is the Wild Wasabi to start off with. Now with this particular card, you don't need to, as we're going to mount the Dragonfly, we don't need to do the body of the Dragonfly, because it's actually going to be covered by the detailed thinlits. So we're just going to be doing the wings. If you're stamping this and you're going to use it as a watercolour, then obviously you would do that. And again, just spend a little bit more time than I'm doing. I'm obviously trying to speed things up for the video for you. So we've got the Wild Wasabi just on the ends of the wings. And then we are going to use, I think we're going to use a little bit of Dapper Denim. So we're going to take the Dapper Denim, and we're going to put that just on the edge of the wings. So literally just quite lightly take it through. Again, start light and you can build up just on the edge of those wings. Turn it round and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Just building it up a little bit. Okay, and now to get the sparkle, what we're going to do is we're going to use the fantastic Wink of Stella. Now, Wink of Stella, you have to shake it to wake it, as they say, because it's got so much mica in it. and so much sparkle, it does tend to settle. So if you just give it a good shake to start off with, you will then get it all coming to the top. Now, you just start at the outside. Now, because the inks are water-based, and so is the Wink of Stella, you can actually blend it through rather nicely. So you start on the darker colour, the Dapper Denim, and just blend it through. You can see how you're really sort of blending those two tones together, which is rather lovely. And again on the other side, so just take it through, and you can see how you could do this as a card on its own, just with the Dragonfly, without mounting it onto the detail, to get this gorgeous watercolour look. And obviously then you would go through and do the body. But I hope you can see the sparkle that we get on this. It's very difficult on camera, but it is a really, really bright sparkle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to mount it onto the detailed one, and you can see you get that lovely detail coming through. Now, the way I do it is a little bit of tip and technique. You can use our fine glue tip. I tend to use Tombow. I use it for absolutely everything, and what I do is I just put a little bit of Tombow on the back of my hand. Now, do check you're not allergic to it. I'm not allergic to anything, so I can put it on. Some people, if you've got very sensitive skin, it's worth having a little check first. But if you then take and just literally dab your Dragonfly and sort of drag it through the Tombow on the back of your hand, you can see that you don't get it all the way through. You just get it on the side, and then you can very carefully just position it over the top. Very difficult for me to do on camera, but we'll have a go. Take it across like that and down through the body, and there you have your beautiful sparkly Dragonfly, which you would obviously then mount on your card. Now let me show you the finished article so we can see it in its full glory. So obviously there's the Dragonfly. I put him on a dimensional so it stands up a little bit. You can see how the colour is now blended through, and I've just mounted it on some black cardstock and put a sentiment. You can put whatever sentiment you want. I embossed this one so it stands up, but you can just stamp it in any of our great black inks. So that's the card for today. Do check through. I will have more details on my blog, which is amethyststarcrafting.blogspot.com. And hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon.